Innovative. Today, pretty much everyone says Google is an amazingly innovative company. But the key question is, can it keep that innovation mojo? Google is taking on eBay and PayPal. It's killing MapQuest, and it's changing the advertising game by selling directly to newspapers and small businesses. But Google, whose global search market share reached nearly 73% in October 2006, still trails Yahoo in total traffic. And Google's biggest challenge may be inside the company rather than outside.
Over the near term, definitely, Google's biggest challenge might in fact be Google itself. The company takes a lot of big risks, and that's going to result in some fantastic successes and some abysmal failures.
One of Google's core strengths, hiring the best and the brightest, the biggest brains in America and the world, could be a headache.
The secret to a successful company is not always having the smartest people. It's having, teams that can work together, people who can give orders, people who can take orders, people who can execute ideas. I think that's where maybe Google runs into a little bit of a problem.
And as Google expands its ad model to new areas such as television, where a different culture is entrenched, its big brains may have less room to make their experiments and ideas a reality.
I'm seeing frustration. People are starting to trickle out of Google. I don't see this as a huge threat to the company right now, but I'm looking for the ramification that's out there. There are plenty of places for these very smart people to go.
Microsoft faced similar growing pains when it was no longer considered a risk-taking startup. Google knows the value of innovation. Now its challenge is retaining the right employees and using their creativity. Here's CNBC's Jim Goldman with more on that.
The little search engine, started in a Stanford University dorm room just 8 years ago, is now a global giant worth more than $150 billion. And the secret to that staggering success? Well, many say it's the company's culture.
Our culture is one that promotes and encourages creative ideas.
Stacy Sullivan is the company's chief officer of culture. Wait a second, officer of culture?
This role has the most important ingredient to our success. If we continue to foster a culture that encourages collaboration and teamwork, that's going to produce more ideas and more creativity.
To keep that culture going, it's all about the perks, legendary in this business.
There's so many benefits, I don't even know where to begin.
How about starting with cash bonuses, stock options, car washes, games, exercise facilities, free breakfast, lunch, and dinner from corporate America's ultimate commissary, maybe the industry's ultimate brain food.
Google has had a chef since I think it had 24 employees. And the theory was that, again, they were going to have a culture of not just smart people, but brilliant people.
Indeed, smart people and people with a comfortable cultural fit. Employees, no matter how important, share offices so they can share ideas, work as a team. A meal, well, it often turns into a brainstorming session.
Make it more like Jigsaw, where you just make these little snippets.
Hey, what's he doing? Sitting in a massage chair. Working, of course. A bar in the office? No problem.
Yeah, we should try that.
Google's sheer size and its exponential growth rate, well, that could make maintaining that successful culture a challenge. How quickly will Google be able to respond to changes in the marketplace? Can it be flexible enough to adopt to new technologies, keep up or melt down the high-tech world littered with the tombstones of rising stars unable to adapt?
The horror.
Our huge challenge is for any tech company to stay relevant. And, that's true for Google as well as any other company. Will we be able to rise to the challenge? We've got the talent, we've got the insight, we've got the willingness to try out new things.
Like Google's YouTube acquisition or its partnership with Chinese video download company Zunli. And Silverstein should know, as Google's employee number one, Craig Silverstein was hired 10,000 workers ago, singing the praises of the more things change when it comes to culture, the more they stay the same. Jim Goldman, CNBC, for the business of innovation.